people, welcome back to Hustle and Hot, our tea time podcast where you are meant to drink tea and have a conversation with us. We are the hearts and souls of Club She Is. I'm Kapano and that is Nyaki. Boo, 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 boo.
Let's get started. What are we talking about today, Kapano? Because we don't have a lot of time. Remember, tea time, just enough time for you having your tea. So don't talk too much because I know you like talking a lot.
15 minutes or 20 minutes or 30 minutes.
It's 15 minutes. Like on a pusher, you're on 18 minutes. So you better tell your story first.
Okay. It's because Nyaki has already told my story. I made the mistake of telling Nyaki my story before we went on. So now Nyaki's just like, I know this. So get to it. Okay. So I met up with a friend of mine who started a business actually very close to when Club She Is started. So it's like so awesome. And she has a business. She delivers flowers, absolutely amazing flowers. And she's learned how to differentiate herself in the industry from a flower arrangement perspective. And she delivers like B2C, so to customers homes directly. And she does custom orders, right? And she was just like, I need to scale my business. I just don't know how to scale it, because when most people think of scaling their businesses, they think to themselves, I need to go from 10 clients to 100 clients doing the same thing, delivering flowers. And then once you get to 100, the best way to scale is then to serve 1,000 people, right? That's how we think scaling happens. But scaling can also happen by introducing a new level. So your clients can come in and say, okay, cool, I've been ordering flowers from you. How do you introduce them to a new level? Where it's still the same customer. It's still the same core of your business. You're not diversifying and saying, okay, I sell flowers and then I also sell like ornaments for your house or like furniture or like little pieces for your shelf. No, that's diversifying. We're not saying diversifying your business, but actually introducing a new level to your business. It happens all the time with coaches, right? You do one-on-one or group coaching and you're just like, I don't know how to introduce a new level in my business. So most people think to themselves, do I make my groups bigger? Do I have more groups? Do I just have more one-on-ones? And it's just like, I'm going to burn out. I only have so much time. So how do I introduce a new level? Because now all these people have graduated from my thing, or I've done coaching with them and they want more. But what is the more? Like, how do I get more juice out of this squeeze that I have in my business? And we call it, or within the industry of digital marketing and marketing, it's having a front end and a back end. A lot of the times, the first thing that people meet in your business is called the front end. And what many businesses can do to exponentially increase their profit in their business is to introduce a back end, or to introduce a product that helps to what is the word? It's not elevate, it's to ascend their clients. So same client, same core, just a new level for them. Example, in the club, we've got that, right? Like it's the same core, it's funnels. Funnel is a funnel.
But we've got so it's offering, it's an offer also called like a value stack or an offer stack, right? So it's to say like, okay, how do I get the same client, or once someone has paid for this one thing, what's the next thing that they buy to make that experience even better or a little bit different, but without changing too much of what I already do, the function of what I do, just how I do it. And that's what in our club She Is, the business is what we do, right? So we obviously have the membership, which comes with the Get It Done guarantee, which basically says like, join the club 6 months. If you don't make 35,000 Rand, we give you money back in your business. And then we ascend people into Fast Track, which is a more intensive mastermind. So that's an 8-week program that we take you through step by step. You have like weekly coaching and private coaching, and there's like just more intense than the community aspect of the group. And then we have our agency, which then we do the service for you, right? So every time we talk about our clients, most of the clients are sitting within either the agency or Fast Track, because we actually get to see their businesses, right? We actually get to put our hands on on their businesses. And the way that we offer stack, or the way that any business can offer stack, is by pricing. Like, that's the easiest way to do it, right? So you ascend people by pricing. So at $349, you get membership, right? You get access to us in a group setting. We get to jam when we do our weekly sessions. That's how we get involved in your business, right? Because you're only paying us 349 Rand. So you're going to get the value of having us, but at a discounted price. And so therefore the level of input that you put in that person's business, or the level of the way that we serve, is going to be different, right? Versus someone who is in fast track, which is a higher mid-tier ticket, so above 5,000 Rand, that, we may not do the thing for you, but you're definitely going to get our consultation, right? We're going to be talking to you about your business. You have access to our diaries. You can meet with us. Like, you can talk to us one-on-one with as it relates to your business. And then the next level after that then talks about membership, right? which is also, we have a small group. And then, the next level after that then is our agency, where we actually do it for you, right? We have meetings with you. We find out, like a traditional agency, we find out what you want, and we spit out your sales and automation funnels at the end of it. So sales systems and marketing systems. But that is how we ascend people, right? And it's so beautiful to see people that are now an agency that actually started in the club, because that's the whole idea. Even when you have a business, right? It's how does someone who used to buy only like muffins go to buying like super duper fancy cakes, right? How am I offering my products to them that allows them, or that gives them the opportunity then to work with me at a different, higher level, more intense, more personal, more closer, if I can say that, closer access to you and to the business function, which is like, it's a really great way for people to test what you're doing, but it's also a really great way then, because to get the repeat customer. So part of our framework, SMART, talks about the R's talks about repeat customer, right? How do you get someone who's bought from your business to buy again? And if it's not going to be the same product again and again, because maybe it's not replenishable. For example, you sell mattresses. I'm not going to buy a mattress from you again, bro. Not in like the next 10 years, right?
10 years.
But how do you get someone to do something else, right? How do you ascend them into either a service? So maybe you have a mattress cleaning service, right? Where you offer a yearly mattress cleaning. That's how you're able to get, like Kapana's talking about, that squeeze through the juice, where, you don't need to necessarily sell pillows, but you could come and do mattress cleaning or debugging, or, maybe you can go and reframe the mattress. Yeah. Servicing the mattress, whatever the thing is that you would offer, right? You don't necessarily need to sell pillows. You can if you want to, but if you think about like selling pillows, now it's like, oh, now I have to, where am I going to get pillows from? And then I have to get stock, and I have to. But when you have a mattress cleaning service, you basically are just getting a machine, and you can use that over and over again. And so you're able to ascend now, instead of that person, because also pillows are limited, right? The same person can't buy a pillow 15 times, but they can buy a mattress cleaning service 15 times, right? Especially like young people, like people with babies. Like I know parents, every week you're just like, I was at my friend's house the one time, and like the mattress, she's like, oh, the mattress people are here again. And like, they just walk into the house, they know what to do, because the child's had an accident again. So it's like, they don't even need to be told. They just walk in, 15 minutes, they're out again, clean the mattress. Like that, as a mattress company, for me, I'm paying for that. So that's what we talk about when we talk about Ascension. Yeah, that's a really good example. So if you sell mattresses and you use my example, I'd like some money back. So basically that's what we do in the agency, right? Is that we use our brains to think about those things for your business. But you, as the business owner, regardless of what it is that you sell, how do you ascend people, right? Your friend Kabano is the florist lady, right? She does flowers. Maybe she does flower arrangements, right? And like even corporate flower arrangements, right? So like, you know how you corporate girlies always having like fun days and stuff? She could approach corporate companies and say, listen, I'm a florist. I'll bring the flowers, and I'm going to teach the women, it's Women's Month. Let's do a floral arrangement. Like, you don't have to do kitchen tea every time. Like, guys, come on. Right? So that's how she can ascend people, because then it's one person. She comes by herself. She brings maybe an assistant who's going to distribute the flowers, and she's using maybe 3 hours of the day, but she's able to help now instead of one flower. She's literally getting people to make their own flowers. Like,
yep,
that
like
is
that's not part of
Ascension.
her
That's
job.
a very good
It's the,
Ascension.
and you know the thing about Ascension is more specialized, more expensive. Like
Yes.
imagine introducing a new level in your business that makes you more money per buyer. So whereas before per buyer, that person only buys 350 Rand, right? As the person ascends, they get more specialized attention, they get more specialized input and more attention for a higher price. So one person now spends 5,000 as opposed to spending 350. Then now this person who already knows what we can do, knows our services, think about it. They go through fast track. They start their businesses and they see that, okay, or they accelerate or strengthen their businesses to a point where they're more profitable. And they get to a point where they're just like, I can't do this on my own. I need somebody to help me with my strategy. I need somebody to help me with my top of funnel activities. I need someone to do my social media and my ads. And then they come to us. But we've actually we've groomed our own top tier customers,
right? Yeah.
And it's the same as
it's one of my favorite it's my husband's one of my favorite strategies about membership, about our business compound. It's like he thinks it's absolutely genius. Is that we're building our own customers. Like we're literally growing our customers. Because ultimately, like what we want is, because we want our agency to like really thrive. We also want our community to thrive. Like our agency is amazing. Like I love the work that we get to do. But we want people to be at a certain level to be able, no, we don't want, people need to be at a certain level to be able to basically like ROI our services, right? You can't throw money, unfortunately, at an agency and expect them to like do miracles, right? They build upon what is already working. And so like we want to get you to a point where your business is working. It's like, yes, I've got this. Okay. Yeah, I've consistently, I know how to make like 35,000 Rand per month, like, but how do I make 350,000? Exactly. And so that's what we want to do. And even the way that we build our, like the partnership model that we have within our agency, because everybody in our agency is a partner of the club. So we have a piece of your business, right? Which is amazing because like, you know who works harder than the person who's employed? A person who owns your business. Like a person who is a partner in your business works harder than anybody you will ever employ. But anyway, that's about Ascension. But yeah, I think every business needs to think about that. So think about it today, right? It's to say like, if your business, especially product, I mean, I say especially products, but even service-based businesses, you can absolutely ascend people into this thing, you know, putting people on a subscription or on a retainer. What's your story?
So I actually have a story. So there's a clubber who about 5 years ago wanted to create different levels in her business, right? And we were talking about Ascension. A lot of us think, how can I create something higher? But sometimes it's about creating something lower, like just creating different levels that you can ascend people to. And this is one for coaches as well, because as a coach, you're thinking if you are doing group or one-on-ones, that's already like your highest level that you can do in the coaching business. And you might need to create a lower level to create that ascension in your business. Anyway, so she used to sell dresses. And at the time, she was just like, how do I create that other level to bring in more income? So she thought to herself, what about having dry cleaning? So let me have a specialized way of cleaning specifically wedding dresses, because that's what I sell. And wedding dresses always get super dirty after the day, and people have bought the dress and they want to keep the dress. But then what she ended up doing is that she introduced hiring and then fixing the dresses. So she would hire out the dresses, and then already because she had seamstresses that would tailor the dress to the size of the client, she's like, I can repair easily, right? And charge for any additional repairs that don't look good. And then seasonally, she sold the dresses. So she ended up getting more like bang for her buck in her business. So because now she's introduced a lower level, because buying a dress is like 30,000 Rand, right? 30 upwards. Okay, at the level of dresses she has. But to hire out was like something from, 5 to 15,000 Rand. And then she could make money multiple times from one dress. When she was ready to then sell the dress, she sold it in a clearance, and she created different levels in her business and created more profit in her business as well, without having to now go find new services and find new people to do this. She already had the seamstresses, and now she's introduced a whole new market in her business that keeps giving her money. And she's still doing the same thing. She's still sourcing dresses. She is still altering dresses. She's still fixing dresses where they need to be fixed, but she's introduced this whole new income level because it's still the same people, right? The affordability might be slightly lower. That's why they're hiring. Or maybe they're just like, I'm not trying to, even if I've got the money, I'm not trying to buy a 40,000 rand dress, but I can hire it for 10 or maybe 15. Do you know what I mean? So that is something that coaches can do. So sometimes as a coach, you might have, I know you're probably just like, ew, why? But I mean, it makes sense for the people who want those type of dresses, okay? So because she's selling at that level, people are then happy to have that quality dress at a cheaper price and hiring it out. And then when people want to buy it, they can buy it in a clearance or like the seasonal sale that she's doing. So she's still sourcing dresses in the same way, but making way more money off one dress than what she was making before, which was an amazing way for her to create levels in her business. Now, as a coach, you're thinking to yourself, I've got group coaching and I've got one-on-one coaching, which is, let's just say 20, 30,000 rand or maybe 5 or 7,000 rand. How can you actually introduce something lower, like a course on the same thing? But now people don't get your one-on-one time, but they get to learn the principles of what it is that you teach. And if you are teaching someone, let's just say you're teaching leadership and you are teaching someone who's at the middle management, that person, you're grooming that person that when they get promoted, they're going to come to you and now they're going to pay you for one-on-one or for group coaching because they can afford it and they're at the level you want them to be at. And you have not diversified your business, you have created a new level in your business. And the beauty is that level can be automated. So you can actually create a level below. But at the end of the day, you're creating that differentiation, those two different levels in your business. And if you're even more fortunate to be able to create 3 levels in your business, you've got a book, you've got a course, you've got coaching, right? It doesn't always have to be membership. It doesn't always have to be a community that you're selling a monthly rate for. And it doesn't always have to be a book, or it doesn't have to be an ebook, or it doesn't have to be a course. But it's about creating those different levels so you can sell to the same person, maybe different affordability, maybe that person needs to develop a little bit more, but you can have that. Another example, a personal trainer. If you're a personal trainer and one-on-one you charge quite a high fee, you can say that, okay, get started with this guide, right? Or get started with an at-home exercise, join me online, and you can reach way more people. And you are still doing the same thing. You've just introduced a new level, which also isn't dependent on your time, which then you're now leveraging something you can create once off, or something where you're only working 1 hour, but you're seeing 20 people, as opposed to the people who can pay for one-on-one will pay a premium. And that's what we mean by ascending people. You're ascending in price, you're ascending in speciality, personalization, contact, and time you're spending with the person. That's what we mean. So sometimes it's about creating a level down or creating a level up, but at the end of the day, create levels in your business that will increase your profit exponentially. Like, we can't even begin to explain how that increases the profit of your business. It's just insane.
Yeah, no, very good point. This was helpful. Yes, I think so. I think it was. If it was helpful for you, please do let us know in the comments below. Maybe let us know what kind of business you have, and let's see if we can respond with what would be a great ascension or descension mechanism or product in your business or service in your business, right? So, hey guys, I sell whatever. How can I ascend people? Or how can I get them to buy something again? That would be a really good piece of information. If you've enjoyed this conversation, please also let us know below. But also subscribe to the channel. It's free. You just have to press subscribe and then it's free, 99. We will not charge you. YouTube will not charge you. What it allows the algorithm to do is let them know that you're interested in this type of content and that you like us, and then they will show you more of us. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you again in the next episode. Bye.